Peace, y'all. It's about 7, a little after 7 o'clock on still the 19th. Done painting. We took the fenders off, which was a bit of a chore. You think those self-drilling and tapping screws would come right back out of there, but they've been on there for a while, and a few of them didn't want to come loose. We had to drill a couple of the heads off. You can see there's a fair bit of rot here too, underneath that fender. So hemming and hawing about what we're going to do about that. Maybe just cut that bit out and put a just put a dress-up panel in there, a little bit bigger than the fender, new piece of aluminum. Seal it and pop rivet it right to the skin of the trailer. That'll give us, you know, time to grind the metal underneath there and get it cleaned up. This side not as bad as the other. I mean, still the rot in the same couple spots. There's one we had to drill out. Another one here too. So we'll put some vice grips under, see if we can get them to come out. That's what we did with the other side. I'm showing you this because I come in and made some just some quick outlines or templates, you know, tracings. This is the fender we took off the driver's side. This fender did not go to our trailer. Jerry Eccles gave us this. Came off his trailer. The wheelbase for his tandem axle was wider than ours, and it just looked goofy and it was never right. Ours is a little bit wider, and the face of it a little more, you know, thicker, more filled in between the wheels. This is an exact copy of the original U.S. cargo fenders that were on it. Obviously, both those original fenders blew off when tires blew up. But you can see the pattern, the lines in there. That's masking tape. What I did, folks, is basically did this right here. I cut out the individual pieces, took the width, which is I think 5 or 5.5 or something, cut 5.5-inch strips of cardboard, and then hot glued it all together, made this thing 3D, and I covered it in masking tape and laid glass right over it, and that's how I made that fender. We only made one because we still had an original one on this side. This one blew off when the rear tire blew up right as we were about to get off the highway going to Putnam Park. So I have a couple different things I can do. This one's all busted up and it doesn't fit correctly. As you see, we had to cut it out a bit, you know, just to get it to fit around the trim. And end to end, from end of flange to end of flange, that fender there comes up a little short. And like I was telling myself when I took this thing off, I knew I'd regret using that fender of Jerry's because it didn't fit our trailer. So we fit it right up to the back, right, and ran it up over, and then it ended up coming the width of that flange too far. It should have came in here, but it came out here, so we just notched the flange and screwed it into place. So these screws, you can see where the old screws were here, right? And then they fudge their way in. So this one just out a little bit further. So that's going to cause us to do this dress-up panel, I guess we're going to call it. We can cut this rotten stuff off, clean up the metal underneath there, roll some Rust-Oleum or whatever, the truck bed coating, all inside there, you know. And then cut us a new piece that's about, say, 2 inches bigger than this flange. That's why I put it on this cardboard this far, so we could literally make a piece of aluminum that's, you know, the width of the flange plus another, say, 2.5, 3 inches. And so that dress-up panel will go on here to cover the repair and give us a good new base, you know, to mount the fender. The fender gets mounted to this metal that's here. This is your inner fender well. There's tubes here. There's structure there. It isn't just screwing right to the tin. In some places it is, but in most places it goes right into some steel. So it's not like a dress-up panel is going to be the only thing holding the fender on. That's not the case. It's just going to cover up the holes, basically cover up the sin, and take us from good skin material back down to this surface here, because we're going to cut this stuff off. That's the only way to do it. I mean, if we don't, we're going to spend money on blue paint and clear coat, and this stuff's going to rot up into there. Our clear coat's going to start peeling off. That could happen within a year or two, you know. So yeah, you know, it's just like This Old House or something, one of those episodes where people flip the houses and stuff, and they want to knock a wall down, and they want to fancy this and change up that and modernize this, that, and the other. They find out, they start knocking walls down, and there's hidden plumbing and electrical from the 40s or something, or the 20s, hidden away where somebody jacked it all around. Well, we're not Rich. We're not finding so much hidden stuff, but we are finding some Three Stooges engineering, as far as I'm concerned, is U.S. Cargo. This is basically what we found out now is this is a lawnmower company trailer. This isn't a race car trailer. This is, we just bought what we could afford at the time, and although it was brand new, still not the model. We should have gone with something a little more reputable, something a little better built, because as you can see, I mean, that's just some nibbler or something. They just rough trim that thing right on the line as it's going through the building, getting built. And you know, you learn these things. You start tearing these doors apart, and you find out there's nothing to them. You start cutting and hacking, and you see this side here must have been done by somebody who liked their job. It was cut right to the edge of the tubing that's in there. Unlike the other side looks terrible, like some rookie that just started working there did it. But there you go. We still need to get at least this piece of trim off, so we can grind that steel, dress that door jamb. I think all the rest of it, knowing what we know now, we're just going to leave that trim on, and we're going to tape off, and we're just going to paint it right in place, because we just don't want to get into more ugliness, right? More hidden gems, so to speak. So that's it. Piece of aluminum. We're going to need a 4x8 sheet of aluminum just to cut out 2 U-shaped pieces. Man, that stuff's not cheap. But you know what? We're into it now. We're already $500-600 into this thing. If we spend another $500 or $600 doing the chassis and getting everything done when it's done, this thing ought to last us as long as we're going to need to use it. So that's it. I'm going to go ahead and cut this stuff out. I'll bring you a quick video once I get these pieces apart, and show you how we're going to work it up. So hang in there. We'll bring you some more in just about a minute. See you, folks.